Hi kids! So we are now at the project point of your color lesson. So let's start with our mantra. I make messes, I make mistakes, but deep inside, I have what it takes. I am an artist. Very good. So for this project, you need to go gather a few things. First, you need a piece of white paper. You can do it on any type of paper, but for this one, honestly, white paper will be the best with no lines on it, like no graph paper or lined paper, just all white paper. An envelope will work. The back of something you've already drawn on will work. You also need a circle to trace. So if you don't have a stencil, which most of us don't, I don't have a circle stencil, you could grab a cup or a bowl or anything that's round. And you also need a straight edge. So a straight edge meaning anything that's like, that you're able to draw a line down. So that could be a piece of cardstock, like thicker paper, cardboard, a ruler, a paint stick, anything that's strong enough to sit while you bring your pencil down the side of it. So you need pencil, paper, straight edge, circle, template is what we call it, a template, anything you can trace around. So go ahead and go gather those things and then pause the video, stay tuned, and I will show you how to make a really cool fall. It's not necessarily fall, it's more like a winter tree that's using warm and cool colors in a silhouette. And as I've told you before, when we're back in the Council Oak Art Room, I will never, ever, ever show you an example and expect you to copy it. I will never say, hey, here's a seashell. I need you to make me a seashell that looks exactly the same, because here's the thing, they're not the same and they never will be, nor will any of us. So for distance learning though, and keeping everyone on the same page, doing these guided projects and guided drawing it's against the way I want to teach as an art teacher, but I think it's the easiest thing for all of us, and you guys are doing a great job with it. I'm so excited to see what you come up with on your own when you get back to Council Oak. I'm so excited. You guys are incredible. So gather those things, and I will soon show you how to do our winter silhouette tree color gradient project. Okay kids, so right now you see what you need to have to start. You have a piece of paper, a straight edge. I couldn't find a ruler, but I found this piece of easel wood. It'll be fine. A pencil. My kid ate the eraser because she's real spicy. And a circle. So this is a cup to my blender, but I recognize that the circle is large enough, and it'll be easy to trace around because it's clear and I can see it. You can trace around any type of circle, but if you have a clear one, that works better. Hideaway cups, things like that will be great. So these are the things that you need to start. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is set my circle in the center of my paper. If you want it higher or lower, that's fine. That's your creative choice. I'm going to set my circle in the center of my paper, and I'm going to trace around it with my pencil. And it does not have to be perfect. Nothing perfect is so boring, guys. Oh my gosh. Don't ever want anything to be perfect. So there's my circle. It's wonderful. It's a little bit off in places, as you can see, but I'm not worried about that. Maybe that'll inspire me later. Okay. After I have my circle traced, I'm going to draw lines with a straight edge. So you want to try to keep we're making a grid like graph paper. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm just going to draw straight down, and then I'm going to move my whatever flat edge you have over, and then draw straight down again. If your lines end up being a little bit smaller or bigger, or if these areas are not as narrow or they're wider, it's okay. Don't worry about that. And when I trace from here, I'm going to stop at my circle, and then I'm going to come down from my circle. And then I'm going to scoot over, scoot, 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 and I'm going to come down to my circle and then off from my circle. So I'm not drawing through. I'm draw, stop, whoop, draw, stop. We don't want to draw lines through our circle. And we're gonna lose a lot of these lines later, and that's okay. We just want them there for now. Yeah, so you can see here that this area is much smaller than these, and that's okay. I don't care. It's fine. And then now we're gonna do the same thing again, but we're gonna go the opposite direction. So we've done these lines vertically, or I guess if you turned it this way, they'd be horizontal, but they're vertical here. So now we're gonna draw vertical again by turning our paper. See what I'm saying? We did these. Now we're gonna turn our paper and we're gonna do these. And we're gonna make a grid. I'm gonna do this faster. And I'm not worried about perfection because it really bothers me when things are perfect. It makes me worried. Something's wrong there. There should be some mistakes in everything. Oops, see? Oop, drew on my canvas holder. This thing holds pulled canvas. Okay, so keeping going. And now I have a grid. And I can always cut. If you are a perfection person and this bothers you, you can go in and you can cut this and this if you don't like it, but I don't care. It's fine. Okay, so now you have a circle traced from your template or your tracer, your stencil, and then you've used a straight edge to create a grid. Next, I'm gonna show you how to draw a tree, and we're gonna end up using an eraser. So if your pencil doesn't have an eraser, you're going to need to find one, or you're gonna need to find something that's dark to work with, like a Sharpie or a black crayon or a black marker or a piece of charcoal or something like that that can draw over these pencil lines. Okay, kids, so now we're gonna talk about drawing trees. Right here I have the letter Y and T. To make trees that look realistic, using the letter Y and the letter T is how you're gonna make branches that look right. I'm just gonna draw this and you can follow me. So I'm gonna make a Y tree and a T tree. Y, Y. This is also a Y. It's upside down, but you see it. Gosh, I'm tired today. Y. Y, Y. So by adding the letters Y together, the letter Y together, we can create branches by just making the letter Y in creative ways. I'm not just drawing the letter Y. I'm doing it in a creative sort of way. We can also do that with the letter T, but we have to use the T in a creative way. We can't just draw T, 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 although I might be able to work something like that out. But we need to make our trunk, T for trunk, and that is also a T. And then we can make a T. And then from that comes a T, and then maybe we add a Y. T, 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 T. We can start to put, this is more the way I like to draw. We can put some Y's on there. And then we create what looks like the base of a tree, and we'll clean this up later. But right now I just want you guys to have like a basic sketch of a tree, and that's kind of why I'm showing you this. But we don't need this. You can practice if you want to with your trees. Gosh, teaching art on the internet is really hard. You can practice with this if you want to, but you don't have to. We can also just go right back to here. So we have our grid, we have our circle, and now we're gonna sketch our tree. So I'm gonna do this on time lapse because it might take me a second. So bear with me. Love you guys. Okay, so now that I have my tree sketched out, I'm going to trace it with something dark. I'm using a Sharpie because it's easy for you guys to see, but you can use a crayon, you can use a marker, you could use, don't tell your moms, you could use eyeliner, whatever you want to make it darker. Actually, don't use your mom's eyeliner, please. That's a horrible idea. I'd be so mad if my daughter did that. Oh my gosh. Makeup is expensive. And then you're going to trace your tree. I'm doing this quickly, but you can take your time. I work in a really loose way. If you work in more of a this kind of way, where you go real slow, that's okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Everyone's different. I've just always worked a really fluid sort of way. Okay. And we're eventually gonna fill all of that in. So now we have our, ooh, what do I do here? Hold on. Made a mistake. That's all right. Let's see what I can do. It's all right. Bummer. It's okay. It's a tree now. It was always a tree, but now it's another branch. Okay. So when you're done here, I want you to fill in your tree, and I will do that on time lapse so it goes really fast. Okay, kids, so now we're gonna color it. And we're gonna think about warm and cool colors like I talked to you in our color lesson. So the only crayons I have here are these pebble crayons. So I'm just gonna take out some that are cool colors. Oops. My cold colors. And then I'm gonna take out my warm colors. Can you guys see that? Sorry, I'm using a guitar stand as a document camera. It's difficult. And I have my warm colors. Which one would I take? Which one goes next in cold? Maybe this one. Yep. So I have cold colors and warm colors. You guys are likely working with your colored pencils and crayons. Yeah, that works. Hold on. You guys are likely working with your colored pencils or crayons that are in your kits that you got from school. So you may not have as much variety in color, but that's okay because you can always alternate colors and make patterns, or maybe line them up to do different things with that. So separate your colors into cold and warm. And that way we can start with one group of colors and then switch to the other group of colors. So we're not trying to go back and forth. We're gonna do one whole area, and then we're gonna do the other whole area. So now I have, and hopefully you do too, our colors separated into cool colors and warm colors. I think about it as ice and fire. Okay, so now we're gonna start coloring. I want to try to do the greener colors on the bottom, like the earth, and the bluer colors in the background on the top, like the sky. And our sun in the background, or our moon, now is gonna be the warmer colors. So I'm gonna take my warm colors away, because I want to focus on just I caught it in my sleeve. I want to focus on using my cool colors in the background. So I'm going to time lapse this so the video is not 13 minutes, but we're going to try to keep the cooler green colors in the bottom and the cooler blue colors in the top. So we're thinking of sky and grass. Okay. All right. So watch what I do, try to follow along. Even if you just have 2 of each color, you can do it by alternating. All right, so let's see what this looks like. This is so silly, the guitar stand document camera. All right, let's do it. Okay, so now that I have the background done, I have my sky done with my cold colors and my grass done with my cold colors. I'm gonna cut this edge off when I'm finished. We're gonna put our warm colors as a sunset in the background. So I have all of these. You can color this, oops, I just threw that orange one right across. We're gonna color this however you want. You could do it all one warm color. You could do it lots of different warm colors. You could do it in stripes. You could do it in diagonal lines, however you want. So it's your choice. So I'm gonna do this the way that I want. But again, as always, you do not have to do this exactly like I am because you are your own artist and you are beautiful and amazing. Okay, so what we've done is we've created a work of art that shows cool colors and warm colors and the silhouette of a tree. Your circle might be bigger or smaller. Your coloring might be neater or wilder, and that's all just fine. I just wanted to show you guys an exercise that you can do that shows the difference between warm colors and cool colors. And when they're next to each other, you can really see and feel their difference. Hold on, let's see. Well, like which one feels like fire and which ones feel like ice. And when we put colors like that next to each other, they really start to pop. The only thing we have to remember, and if you want, I can show you the mouse paints lesson from the little kids, is that when we mix these colors together, they're never going to look very good. But when they're next to each other, they're very, very, very strong. So think about that when you look at things in life and when you make your own art, it's not necessarily putting colors over each other, but how they look when they are next to each other. You guys have done such a good job. This is a difficult project, but I know that you can handle it because you guys wow me all the time. I am so happy to be with you. Happy making. Okay, kids, so what you just did was you walked through a really difficult project, and it was not easy for me or for you. All of those lines and all of the grid making and all of the recognizing colors and how they come together next to each other. What I really wanted you to take away from this is that colors, when they're put next to each other, can be really strong if they're on the other sides of the color wheel. But if we cross those colors, they kind of lose their strong. We're never gonna mix orange with green because we're gonna get brown. We're never gonna mix purple with orange or red with green. We wanna make sure that we're using colors that align, that look good next to each other. like I said, that was a really hard project, and I'm so proud of you if you walked through it. If you didn't get through it, that's okay, because I almost didn't get through that myself. It's a hard thing sometimes making art, and if you got discouraged or if you chose to give up on it, that's okay. Crumple it up, throw it away. Think of it as a learning experience, and just be proud of the fact that you learned something, and that you tried something new, and that you gave something a shot. Because as artists and as makers, a lot of the times, most of the times, the things that we make don't come out the way we want them to. But at the end of the day, we're stronger because we tried. And that is the struggle and the power of learning how to be an artist, that we just try, and we just keep trying. And again, I'm so proud of you, and I wish I could be with you in the classroom right now so much. I will hopefully see you all in the classroom soon, and if I don't, I will see you again back here on my iPhone, on a guitar stand in my house, or at Council Oak. Way to go, Leopards. You are, and I've said it before, beautiful and amazing. And I am so, so proud of you.